She had no license, no permission, no second chance. But the maid had to choose break the law, or watch the child she loved take his last breath. What she did next shocked the millionaire, but what he did after left everyone in that hospital speechless. In a gated mansion on the edge of the city, where golden chandeliers hung like stars and silence echoed through marble halls, lived Mr. Jonathan Hawthorne, millionaire, tech mogul, widower, and father to a fragile little boy named Liam. But money couldn't fix loneliness, and it certainly couldn't fix the hole his late wife left behind. Jonathan buried himself in work. He wasn't cruel, but he was cold, distant, even with Liam, especially with Liam. And into this house of silence walked someone whose very footsteps whispered warmth, Rosa Daniels. She was hired as a maid, but she became so much more. Black, 43, soft-spoken yet sharp. Every wrinkle on her face told a story of struggle, but her eyes, they glowed with kindness. She cleaned, she cooked, but most of all, she loved Dot and Liam. Sweet, sickly, giggling Liam. He loved her back. In her arms he wasn't the boy with a heart defect. He was just a child, whole, happy. August 2nd, Liam's 7th birthday. Rosa baked him a small cake with her own money chocolate with strawberries. She wrapped a tiny knitted bear she'd stayed up 3 nights making. But that afternoon, something was off. Liam, who usually ran into her arms at the door, just sat, pale, quiet. Rosa touched his forehead, cold sweat. Then he collapsed. His lips were turning purple. Rosa screamed for the butler. He wasn't home. Jonathan, in a business meeting downtown. No driver, no ambulance nearby. She called 911, estimated arrival, 14 minutes, 14. His tiny chest barely moved, and then her eyes caught something through the window. The Ferrari. Mr. Hawthorne's most prized possession, worth more than her lifetime of earnings, parked, shining, waiting. She didn't hesitate. She ran. Keys in hand, child in arms, tears blinding her vision. She had never driven a car like that, but fear has a way of making heroes out of the meek. She fumbled the ignition. The engine roared like thunder. Liam whimpered beside her. Time was slipping. She drove like she was racing death itself. 90 miles per hour on the highway shoulder, running red lights, honking, screaming, crying, and through it all she whispered, "Stay with me, baby. Don't you leave me now." She skidded into the ER entrance. Doors burst open. Nurses rushed out. Doctors swarmed. Liam was pulled from her arms, wheeled away. Rosa collapsed to the floor, blood on her knuckles from clutching the steering wheel. Too tight, her voice hoarse from praying. Then silence. Just the ticking of a wall clock, and the weight of consequences crashing down on her. She'd stolen a car. She was going to jail. But if it meant Liam lived, she'd do it again. 1 hour later, Jonathan Hawthorne walked in. Security cameras had already pinged the Ferrari's location. He was livid, demanding. His car, his property taken. And then he saw her, sitting alone in the waiting room, hands clasped, still trembling. "Where is my son?" he barked. She stood, eyes swollen, voice shaking. "Alive," she whispered, "because I took your car, because you weren't there." His mouth opened but words failed him. The doctor emerged. "You're lucky. Another 5 minutes, and we would have lost him." Jonathan turned pale. His knees buckled. He looked at Rosa again, not as a maid, not as an employee, but as the woman who had risked everything to save his child. She expected yelling, expected to be handcuffed. Instead, he walked up to her and did something no one in the hospital could believe. He hugged her, tight, silent, grateful, and through tears he whispered, "Thank you for being there when I wasn't." No police report, no charges. Instead, he gave her a week off with full pay. Then he offered to send her daughter. Yes, Rosa had one to any university she wanted, fully paid, no strings. And for the first time since his wife's death, Mr. Hawthorne sat beside Rosa at the kitchen table, talking, laughing, learning how to feel again. She didn't have money, didn't wear designer clothes, didn't hold power in the world's eyes, but Rosa had heart. She had courage. And that day, in a roaring red Ferrari, she reminded us all sometimes, heroes wear aprons. And sometimes, love doesn't ask for permission, it just acts. If you enjoy real, emotional stories that inspire and make you think, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps a lot.